Good morning Year 5 and welcome to day 3 of week 12 where we're focusing on place value. Here are your answers from yesterday if you want to pause the screen and check your work from them. And then your fluency task is coming up, so you've got 5 minutes, pause the video, time yourself and see how far you get. Okay, and here are the answers for you. So this is just a suggestion here of the ones I think you should be able to have a go at mentally. Some people may have also had a go at number 5 mentally, but doing a written method for that one is absolutely fine. Okay, so today, our focus today is on negative numbers. So I'm just going to do a little recap on why we have them and what they mean. So first of all, just a reminder where we see negative numbers in real life. Well, the most obvious one, the one that most people think of, is in a thermometer. So if it's temperature less than freezing, or if you're talking about degrees C, it's less than freezing, it's going to be below 0, and the numbers are negative there. Money, if you owe money, then that will be a negative amount. We talk about the measurement of something below sea level using negative numbers. And sometimes in a game like golf, you might see some negative numbers talking about the scoring system. Okay, so that's where negative numbers are in real life. Let's have a little talk about how they work. So, draw a little number line for you, just to show you a visual of how negative numbers work. So I put 0 in the middle, and I've used this side for on positive numbers. That's the number line that we all know and love. We use lots. It goes up, sometimes in 1s, sometimes in 10s, but the numbers are ascending, going up as you move along to the right. Negative numbers, you're talking about how far below 0 you are. So negative 1 or minus 1, both is fine, is 1 below 0 or 1 less than 0. Negative 2 is 2 less than 0. Okay, and so the numbers are still ascending. The number itself is going up, but we're talking about how much further we are below 0. Okay, so that's just a reminder of how a number line with negative numbers might work. Okay, so when we add or multiply a number, what we will do is jump along a number line in the right direction, from left to right. Okay, because we might do minus 3, add on 5, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and end up at 2. Negative 5, add 1, 1. We'd end up at negative 4. And negative 1, add 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, ends up at 3. When we subtract or divide by a whole number, we move from right to left. So of course, multiplication and division is about jumping in groups, but we still move in the same direction. So subtraction, let's do these. 3 take away 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is minus 3. 1 take away 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is minus 4. And minus 1 take away 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is minus 5. Notice that sometimes I'm saying minus 5, sometimes I say negative 5, both are fine. Okay, it's really important when you're working out negative numbers that you can read from a scale. So this is a complete recap here. I'm just going to talk to you about how we read from scales and what we work out. So you can pause, of course, at any time to have a look closely at what I've written. But basically, when you're given a scale, quite often, not every interval is labelled. Now, the intervals are actually the gaps between the little lines, because it's the interval. If you think about the interval in a theatre, it's the bit in the middle of part 1 and part 2. So this bit here is the interval between 0 and the next mark along the line. So the first thing you need to do whenever you see a number line is work out what the scale is. What is it going up in, down in, and so on. Okay, so for this one, we've got, to work it out, we've got there to there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals, or 5 gaps, or 5 jumps if you like. And it equals 50, because the difference between 0 and 50 is 50. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. And once you think you've got the scale, the best way to test it is to jump. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So far so good. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We must be right. Our scale is going up in 10. Then, if you have enough space, it's really good practice to label all of the intervals on your line, just like you would if you were maybe looking at a graph. so that if you've got to then work with the number line, the numbers are already there to help you. Of course, when we're working into negative numbers, we start at the 0 and we're going back. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, minus 50. Okay, so now there's going to be some examples of slides for you. There's 5 altogether. Pause the video, have a go at them, and then I will go through them with you. Okay, so this first one then. I always start at 0 if I can, if it's there, and my first positive number is 15. So I've got 1, 2, 3 intervals or 3 jumps between 0 and 15. 15, so if I just draw a bar to show you how it relates, apologies, I'm not doing it with a ruler. That bar is worth 15, okay? We could put 15 in between here and here. And then I need to split it, just like you would if you were splitting into a bar, into 3 equal sections. So 15 divided by 3 means there's 5 in each section. So I think my scale goes up in 5, so let me just check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So far so good. Going backwards, -5, -10. Brilliant. So I could then label all of the other intervals just to make my life easier a little bit later on. I'm not going to do that for everyone, but it is good practice for you to do. Okay, B. As I said before, I'm going to start at 0. And just because, you know, positive, that's how, when we learn to count, we count up. We always, if anyone asks you to count, you count up. You don't naturally count down. So I'm going to go up because that might be easier. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps between here and here. If I were to draw a bar, I would draw it like this. Oops, wouldn't quite draw it like that. This bit here is worth 100, and I need to split it into 4 equal groups. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So I think it's 25, 25, 50, 75, 100. Okay, going backwards just to check, -25. So the scale stays the same even though we're going in the other direction. Okay, -50, -75. So the numbers are getting, the actual digits are getting bigger, but we're getting further away from 0. And we could keep going. For C, there's no 0 this time. So my normal trick won't work. Maybe what I should try to do is work out where 0 is. So let's take any 2 numbers. Let's take these 2. We've got 4 and 12. How many intervals do we have between them? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 intervals between them. So that's going to be, there's going to be 4 gaps. How much are those gaps worth? Well, to get from 4 to 12, we need to add on 8. So altogether, that bit is worth 8. And I've got 4 equal parts. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I think we're going up in 2s. Let's just check. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes, that works. Let's go back the other way. So going back in 2s this time. 2, 0, -2, -4, -6, -8. Fantastic, it worked out. These 2, exactly the same, okay? These work in exactly the same ways. The only difference is that it's a vertical line rather than a horizontal line. So here we'd go 0 to 4. Well, there's 2 intervals, so it's got to be going up in 2s. Just like that, and we could keep going. And then this one, we've got 0 to 15. That's 15 altogether, and there's 3 separate intervals, so 5 each. So that one is going up or down in 5s. Okay, right. Let's have a little bit of a look about some temperature questions that you might get then, and I'll set you your task for the day. Here I have some information about the temperatures in some different countries, and in brackets is the name of the city. Okay, I'm trying to put that so you can see it. Okay, so countries are written here, cities in brackets, and then the average temperature in degrees C here. So let's have a look at how we would task ourselves with answering a question. Number 1, what is the difference in average temperatures between Bermuda and Lithuania? The first thing I would do is write down. All you're doing here is retrieval. You're retrieving information from your table. Okay, so I'm going to write down the temperatures in Bermuda and Lithuania. I'm going to use a ruler to make sure I read across carefully. Bermuda, the average temperature was 18, and Lithuania, the average temperature was -6. Okay, what's the difference? Well, I could draw a number line, and if I put 0 here, 18 is going to be up here somewhere, -6 is going to be down this side of 0. I could use a counting mechanism and count up, or I could say, well, actually this bit here is worth 6. If we were going up, that would be 6. And this bit here from 0 to 18 is 18. So if I add 6 on to 6 below 0, I get to 0. And if I add 18 on, I get to 18. So altogether, I have moved on. 18 add 6, which is 24 degrees C is the difference. Okay, so you can see how a number line can help you. You might want to pause the video, have a go at these other questions. Oops. Have a go at the other questions. You can see them all. And then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so number 2 was how much warmer was the average temperature in the UK than the average temperature in Finland? Same thing again, I'm going to write them both down. UK was 4 degrees. Finland was -9 degrees. Okay, how much warmer? Well, that's working out the difference again, isn't it? So we're going from -9 in Finland to 4 in the UK. I'm going to place 0 in. So I've got 9 there and 4 there, giving me 13 altogether. Which country had the second highest average temperature? Well, the highest temperature, just have a look, we've got a 30 there in Kenya. I think that's the highest one. And then I think the next one is 25, so it'll be Botswana. If you're asked a question like that, sometimes the best thing to do is actually to write them all out in order or label them in order. And in actual fact, that's what number 4 asked you to do, to put them in order from the lowest to the highest. So hopefully you've done that. We've gone Russia, and again, I'm going to cross them out as I go. Russia is 39 degrees below 0, freezing. Mongolia, -22, so 22 degrees below 0. Kazakhstan, -14. Finland, -9. Then China, number 3. Then we go through 0 and start getting to slightly warmer. Iran is 1 degree. Then we have the UK at 4 degrees, certainly is warmer than that today. And then we go to Nepal at 10. Then Greece at 11. Oh, I've missed one out. Look, I missed Lithuania. This is why it's important to tick them off. Of course, if I was writing the list, I would just fit that one in. Okay, so carrying on then, just showing you how easy it is to make a mistake there. We then get USA, Bermuda, Botswana, and Kenya. So yes, Botswana was the second hottest. Okay, today's task is over 3 pages. Don't panic, it's not that I'm giving you loads more to do. It's just that lots of these temperature type questions need some pictures. So I'm just going to lay them out so you can see them, but then if you keep the camera rolling, I'm going to do an up close version of each of those sheets. And of course they're available from the website as well if you need them from there. And I'll come back tomorrow for the answers.